I wondered who were the people that came to this idea that it doesn't matter how you train a child, early childhood experiences are not important. Now, this is what people have come up with, but the enemy has had this view in mind, and now it's actualized. And people are thinking that way. They say, yes, we won. But way back in the 60s, or even before then, when you had unisex, and very gradually they start erasing the distinction between the sexes. And then they came with the greatest coup in saying that the sex of a child is not determined at conception, but during pregnancy, some way it then happens, whatever. And I mean, all the science seems to point that at conception, the sex is determined. And so in this picture here, we have this boy doing the girl things and the girl doing the boy things. And there's no problem with that. The only thing is that what will be the end game of this? Here you have a guy sitting down playing with dolls and ironing and cooking. And this girl, she gonna drive the truck and do the garden and do all the hard work up there. I mean, does that make sense? What about when she has menstruation times? What about when she is pregnant? Because it doesn't matter what, as long as the two come together, there's going to be a baby and she's going to be the one carrying the baby. So you'd want to take her whole role and her assets, everything into view when you're designing how things go. And so traditionally, it was that the girls would be playing with the perambulator here, the doll and the iron and the whole 9 yards, because most likely she's going to be the one, to see about the home and the children and all that kind of stuff. Now, there are many cases where the wife is working with something substantial and the husband just minimum wage, and she says, well, you know what, let me see how many kids I can work, I make enough that, to take care of both of us and so on. And, I mean, it sounds good, but in real terms, can that guy handle the job? I say no. And would she be a good tomboy? No. Because today we have women boxing and wrestling and doing some stuff that a long time ago they never did. And so this mix up is deadly, because I'm going to tell you, you haven't seen the end of this yet. So that now it has been discovered that men are doing nursing and kindergarten teaching and cooking and hairstyling and all that stuff, while women doing some big bad stuff, police, soldier, driving the bus, driving the big truck, and all that kind of stuff. And you have to lift these heavy things like a 4 to 5 gallon barrel with different liquids and different weights. See this woman straining the full thing over. I mean, it's so ridiculous. And you can't rely on them, because she might feel sick, she mightn't feel strong as her kids, sick, her husband's sick, she got to stay home. Now, on the other hand, if she were at home and the children's sick or she's sick, no problem. But then again, I'm not necessarily opposed to women who want to work and all that stuff. That's not my issue here. My issue is that we're trying to say that we could change these end games. And because that is so, then we training people up wrong. Because this young lady, you can find that she play all these boy games, and when she reaches 15, 16, and those hips, and she's reached puberty, the hips going out like that, and the breasts and all that, and she hook up with a guy and she gets pregnant. It's not about being able to climb a tree and be able to fix the car and change tires and all that. It's to be able to know how to take care of that baby, how to do the things that are necessary. And when we look at how people did things in the past, there's a lot of wisdom in that, because the world has gone through several cycles. The Egyptians lost, the Babylonians lost, the Medes and Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, and they all seem to have gone through the same cycle, in which we start to misplace things. But specifically this time, though, we're moving to the end of time, and the enemy is busy trying to get the world to coalesce around him. And so the philosophies that they're coming up with is so diabolical. Moms, and then the moms are working together. Some of these moms don't even have a clue what's going on. I talked to some girls about ovulating. I guess they all know it, they experience it, but they don't know the name or whatever. But they're getting pregnant so they're having so many unwanted pregnancies that you want to know if they understand, the fertilization and ovulation and so on. Because if they did, they will know the time and they'll avoid stuff and so forth and so on. And so, um, better we train them accordingly so that they're going to do what needs to be done. Women will stay close to home because her period might come on her suddenly. She might feel well, all that stuff. But we men, we go to work. We work at dirty jobs, we work at heavy jobs, we work all kinds of stuff. And a lot of times you don't feel well, but you know what? Your wife and the kids depending on you, the bills to be paid, so you just gotta go out. A lot of men have died going out when they could have stayed home and seek some medical help or whatever. But that machoism, we have to go out and prepare for our families, take care of business. And so in this article here, I hope that folks are looking at this. One good thing I'm seeing here in Puerto Rico, many parents walk in with their daughters and she's pushing a stroller with a little doll in it and so on. And they're trained are correct. It doesn't mean that she can't go to school. It doesn't mean she can't do engineering or medicine or whatever. But she's having those early experiences. The other things don't require that kind of experience. Um, and it's so important to get it straight because I'm finding young ladies now doing skateboarding. They're doing scooters on the road. They're climbing trees. They're doing all that kind of stuff. But it won't prepare them to be a good mom. I'm hearing that many homes are breaking up because the young lady can't cook. When I was teaching in California, there was this young girl with the guys kicking the ball. It was a soft something with beans or whatever in it. It's not a regular ball, and you have to stop it just in her foot like that. And she's using her foot in all angles and kicking the ball. I can't do that. So I said, man, she used to spend a lot of time doing that. So some teachers say, you see them girls out there, man, I'm telling you, the only time you get a cooked meal is when you cook it yourself. Of course, you could run at McDonald's, you could run at Subway and run here and there and buy some food and put it together. But it's very expensive. No wonder some of them who are on bottom line for substance from the government find that they can't make it because they don't know how to cook. So if we teach them home economics about nutrition and so on, I think we'll save ourselves a lot of problems. And many of them would have to go, doing prostitution and doing a whole bunch of other things because what they have, it can make it in many instances. You look for alternatives. You need carbohydrates. You don't have to buy pasta from the store for $5. You can get you some cookies or some bread or some cake or rice or whatever. That kind of thing. And you see, I looked in the papers the other day. Chicken is 69 cents a pound. Pork is a dollar and something cents. So buy the chicken. It's cheaper. The same protein. Whichever is cheaper, you get it. And we need to do this or else, civilization comes to a screeching halt. And if we were to live our lives over again, you know what? We go back to the traditional things. Women are going to do light jobs. We're going to have them to be tender. We're going to protect them. We're going to love them. We're going to do things to them and so on. And don't let them have to go and try to learn how to shoot and learn how to bat to defend themselves. We should protect them.